Welcome to Done Talk. It's Wednesday night dinner and we're having salmon with cauliflower and some vegetables. And yes, everything's coming out of the packet. If you have a problem with that, then scroll on because that's just the way I roll. Now I've got the water. Oh, I forgot about mash. Oh, did I say mash? I think I forgot to say mash. Got the water boiling. So first we're going to peel the potatoes while I tell you about my day. Now something exciting happened today. And that's, if you're wondering what that is, that's mint. Cara decided she's going to pick some mint. Today's the day that the podcast came out. Remember how I told you last week that I was on the Is It Just Me podcast with Mitch and Mitch, which is a comedy podcast. And I did it last week. I haven't said too much about it because I didn't want to give away what we talked about. It was quite fun. And so today it came out and I listened to it with my headphones on at work. And what was interesting is that it's probably like 15 minutes of them talking at the beginning and then I kind of come on for my interview. And then when it finished, and I'm like, oh, there's 15 minutes left of the podcast. What's that? And I started listening, it was just ads. And I kept listening, and then there was this little segment afterwards, like the post wrap-up session where they basically talk about the guest. And apparently the guest is allowed to kind of hang around for that bit so that they don't bitch about you. And listeners of their podcast would know that. And of course, confession, I'm not a listener of the podcast. I did kind of listen to some episodes before I went on there to understand what the Is It Just Me thing was and to hear what other people had said. But I didn't listen to all of the episodes, and I sure as shit didn't listen to them till the end. So yeah, I missed that. But you know, for the most part, they said nice things, and the comments they made, go and listen to it because I'm not going to repeat it here. But the thing that was interesting was when they asked me about whether I get backlash for my catchphrase, fuck it, I can afford it. And my response to that was, well, yeah, I do sometimes. But the thing is, I'm a partner in a law firm. I'm a part owner of a law firm. So there's no disputing that I'm a high income earner. So if I'm going to buy stuff for myself or just spend money on the understanding that I can afford it, it's not because I'm flaunting that I can afford it. It's just fact. It's just fact. I can afford it. Why are you wearing a hat, Clark? We're inside. You don't need a hat. Okay?
Dad,
yes.
you said no, we can't go.
Oh, no, you can go, but you have to wear your jacket if you're going to go, okay? Let me go to speak to Daddy. Oh, look at those in the background. I'll go speak to Daddy. If you want to go outside, you can. Oh, it's not apple, it's potato.
No way! I'll eat the potato one.
You can't eat the potato. It's not potato.
What?
Hey, stop it! Oh my gosh, that dog. Okay, sorry. Gosh, leave kitty cat alone. That Streaky's just vicious. Sorry, Lady Crypto is vicious. Just poor Streaky. I've been banishing her to the bedroom, that is the dog, because she's so naughty. Anyway, what was I saying? I was talking to you about the fuck it, I can afford it thing, and saying that Mitch had said that he gets backlash when he talks about, you know, just having paid off his HECS debt, for example. And people were like, oh, you shouldn't flaunt that. And firstly, I say, you know, why can't we be proud of people for their achievements? If you don't like it, you scroll past. I really don't think it's bragging, and I really have no problem with somebody saying they went and bought something and treated themselves, or if that's their attitude. If people have a problem with somebody spending their own money, like, I don't know. Anyway, on the podcast I said, the reason I think it's not such a big deal, because I don't get that many comments about it, is because I work pretty hard. I don't make money off TikTok, so I'm not saying, oh, thank you for your support. Thank you for watching my TikToks, because now I can buy this Chanel bag. Thanks very much. It's not that. The reason I can buy this Chanel bag, oh my God, excuse me. Sorry about that. The reason I can buy the Chanel bag is because of my day job. Can we just calm down? Can we calm the fuck down? Anyway, so there was that, and they were like, you know, but I work hard too, and I'm like, anyway, there was a bit of commentary about it. I don't think it was really bitchiness. I think they were on the same page, and they were just kind of saying, I wasn't saying that they don't work hard, or that's somebody who says, I wasn't insinuating that I work hard so I can say, fuck it, I can afford it. That's not the way I meant it. I meant it that it's completely justified if somebody wants to spend their own money supporting themselves. Of course they can. Why? Because it's your money. Do what you like with it. Who's going to tell me how to spend my own money? Big believer. You earn it, you can spend it, love. Of course you can. As long as you pay your bills, you pay your credit card, you pay your mortgage, you pay, you know, your kids are well fed, etc. Then why can't you treat yourself? Of course you can. Anyway, I'm babbling on about this now. These potatoes are taking too long. So I'm going to quickly peel the potatoes. We're going to mash these up. As I said, we're going to cook the salmon in the air fryer. I'm going to cook the cauliflower in the air fryer. Even though it says bake, fuck it. We're just going to cook it in the air fryer. On the roast setting, and then I've got some extra veg we're just going to chuck in the microwave. All right, but yes, the podcast is fun. They're great guys. I have a lot of fun, and they're funny. Hopefully you enjoy it. All right, let's put these on. I'll do this potato, then I'm going to put them on to boil. Okay, so we've got our, first we'll do cauliflower. It says cauliflower bake, but as I say, I'm not going to do it in the oven because I haven't preheated the oven and it would take too long. So what is it? It's just big chunks of this from Aldi. I'm just going to tip it in the air fryer. We're just going to put it on the roast setting. All right, done. Wasn't that simple? Now we're going to do the salmon. I'm going to marinate it. This is Tasmanian fillets. I've bought this lemon pepper stuff from Aldi. Never used it before, just put a little bit. I'm not the hugest. I'm not a large fan of pepper, but I don't mind it on certain dishes. I think it'd be nice on the salmon. So I'm just giving it a bit of a sprinkle, got the salt, big whole people, and of course the lemon. One other thing that was good about the podcast, what was interesting, is they said people had messaged them when I'd mentioned I was going to be on a podcast and people had, I don't know, connected the dots that I was going to be on that podcast. And then there was like a Reddit thread about how I shouldn't be on the podcast because a lot of what I do is scripted and I wouldn't be able to handle it because they're very, you know, off the cuff, and that Fadan wouldn't be able to handle a podcast. Please. I've been before the Chief Justice. I'm a family lawyer. I'm always in court. I'm a litigation lawyer. I was on the Insight program. That wasn't scripted. I was on the Sunrise program. That was fucking live. And of course the TikToks I do, and you know, it's not fucking scripted. I couldn't handle, as if I couldn't handle a podcast, please. It was my first podcast and I think I smashed it. Yeah. So yes, the people on Reddit, are you ever going to side with me, you Reddit trolls? Probably not. Hey, puppy, you leave, lady. You leave Streaky alone. Okay, it's all right. He's safe in his tree now, escaping the puppy. Yeah, so there was a bit of a thing. Should I do both sides? I think it's got skin on one side, doesn't it? Yeah, we don't really eat the skin. All right, let's put this on. Oh, it's slippery. Can't remember if I said squeeze today. I was too distracted by my own story. All right. So we'll put the salmon on. That's going to be on the air fry setting. That's going to be on the roast setting. I don't know how long, 20 minutes, too hunchy. There he is, nice and safe. It's okay, Streaky. You're safe now. You behave, Lady Crypto, okay? Oh no, they're at it again. Can you just, for a minute, yeah, escape. Go, Streaky, jump on the chair. That's the way. She's gone now. You're safe. You want to play with the ball? All right, dinner's ready. Let's dish it out. We've got our mashed potato. Kids love mash. Got my beans, broccoli, sugar snap peas that I've done in the microwave. And yes, I'm out of the packet. Calm down, trolls. Calm down. Okay. And then I've got the salmon. Okay, I've got my broccoli tongs. Some broccoli. This is beautiful, cheesy broccoli, straight from Aldi, out of the freezer into the air fryer. Delicious. And then I've got my other tongs for the salmon. So kids will get one salmon each. Beautiful. All right, dinner's done for the kids. I'll dish out ours and then get the sauce. Okay, there's the kids' dinner. Okay, just dishing out our dinner. Tomorrow I've got an all-day mediation. Actually, no, it's not true. It's a half-day mediation for a parenting case. Seems like a little while since I've done a mediation. Usually I do a couple a week, but I haven't had one this week, which has been great. So I've been able to catch up on other work. And then on Friday, well, I've run out of time to tell you what I've got on Friday, but I have something different organised on Friday. All right, that'll do. Dinner is served. That's our dinner. I've got some Thousand Island sauce to serve it with. Delicious.